Welcome back. We have Bill Humbert here on a Monday to tell us all that we need to know about successful association talent attraction. We always enjoy having Recruiter Guy with us, and he's joining us virtually today. Bill, how are you?
Ian, how about yourself?
Doing great. It's good to see you. Nice to connect through the screen. So first off, as we talk about successful association talent attraction, tell me how you define an association.
You know, an association can be any organization that supports a cause or any society, like a society of physicians, for instance, that supports a cause.
And what can associations do to have successful talent attraction? It's a bit of a dual role and a dual responsibility that they have to focus on, correct?
That's correct. So typically what happens for associations is they focus on what they view their primary responsibility, and that is the support of their members. Too often, almost like medical professionals, and especially over the past year and a half, to the detriment of their own purposes. And so it's important for them to take care of their own business in order to better serve the business of their members.
And I know that you have looked at different websites to find out exactly which associations are recruiting and which aren't. What did you find from your research?
It was really interesting, Christine. I'm speaking tomorrow to a number of association executives on this topic, and that's the reason why I just went, we should do this. And what I found was, with the exception, I looked at 20 different association websites, and with the exception of AARP and the American Red Cross, not a single one of them had their open positions on their website.
And what is the superpower that associations have that are able to help them in this process and help them to recruit successful talent?
Well, you know, their superpower, they don't even know they have, evidently. It's their website. If people are coming to their website, that means that they're interested in them and whatever it is their cause is. And if you don't go and give them the opportunity to see that you have open positions, they won't even know to apply.
And if an association utilizes their website, what are some successful things that they need to do just that?
You know, it's interesting. A lot of people think recruiting is magic, but recruiting's not magic. It's hard work. And recruiting is a sales process. And when you look at the sales process next to the recruiting process, they mirror each other perfectly. And one of the areas of the sales process is to market during your sourcing. And if you don't do the marketing, then you're shortcutting the process. And you know what happens when you skip steps in any process? You end up, the wheels fall off your automobile.
And you also need to make sure that it's obvious and simple for candidates to apply for jobs on the website, which is sometimes a problem, surprisingly.
Yes, it is. You know, here's the problem that a lot of organizations, whether they be associations or companies, human resources serves a valuable purpose. However, it is an administrative or compliance organization, and they are looking at any process from that perspective. Recruiting and talent attraction are a sales process, and they had hired administrators or compliance people to go and make sure that they are doing exactly what they should do instead of trying to sell them on coming to work for the association. So it's an interesting problem that associations and even any company has. And when you think about it, if every time you decided to go to Whole Foods and you had to fill out an application, would you go in a store? No. But that's what companies make people do, is complete applications. Make it simple. Let them supply their resume. You look at the resume, you go, yeah, I'm interested, or nope, no way. And now you make that decision. And what's really important when you do that, you're making it easy for the person to submit a resume and to apply for the position.
So do you recommend that associations market for positions and that they do, I guess a campaign is always nice to make sure that people understand they are hiring and which people that they do need. And sometimes this isn't happening.
Well, most times it's not happening. And part of the way for them to market is to network with members, executives of other associations and just say, hey, did you have a good accountant, for instance, who was your second choice, and if you had a position, you would hire that person? And they have to say yes sometimes, right? There's got to be more than one qualified candidate. Would you mind introducing that person to me and let me see if I could hire them?
And what is it that makes associations unique in this as opposed to a more traditional business and company?
One of the things I love about associations is their passion for whatever their cause is. And that truly makes them unique. And the people who are attracted to them are the ones that are passionate about their cause. And so let those people know and make it easy for them to see that you have open positions. And so too often the ones that post that they have careers on their page, you have to page all the way down to the bottom, and then about 8-point font, you see careers. Put it at the top of your homepage. We're hiring. And the person can click on that, send the see what jobs are open, and then send the resume right to the person who's reading the resumes.
And Bill, what are some of the benefits of associations, not only for recruiting top talent and for attracting those excellent employees, but also for employees in general? What is it about associations that people want to work for them?
Associations are really interesting. You have the National Speakers Association, for instance, and all of us speakers, we're really excited about the speaking business. And so they're talking to people who are passionate about speaking. And if they had any interest in being speakers themselves, then this is an opportunity for them to get an introduction to the successful speakers. And in addition to that, learn how to find their way into it. So that applies for every type of association. If it's an association, orthopedic association, and the person may be in college and they're interested in orthopedics. Apply for, if the association offices are in your town, apply for that job. And now you're networking, you're meeting members of the association. In addition to that, you're learning about that business. So there's some good reasons, especially for younger people, to join an association. Now, for people who are older, their benefit is, hey, I've done this for my entire life, and I'm really excited about this. So I'd love to go to work for the association. So, there's benefits on either side.
And that being said, those benefits, as you mentioned, may keep associations from properly advertising positions, from making it easy to apply online and doing these things that really are essential to attract top talent.
That's correct. That's their problem, right? That's their base problem, is they're serving their members instead of serving themselves. But, how often have we heard you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else? Well, it's true. And so the association needs to take care of itself so they can better serve their members.
And Bill, we always love having you come on and give us all of these helpful tips, information about attracting top talent if you are a company, if you're an association, a new business, or if you are looking to change your career, if you need a job. You always have great advice for us. So I'm curious, what is the status of your new book?
Well, I talked it over with my publisher, and we're now into October, and publishing the book in October gives it a really short perceived shelf life. And because January 1st, it becomes a perceived old book. So we're going to wait until January and push the book out in January, and it'll be perceived as a new book for the entire 12 months.
Well, that is exciting. Start a new year with a new book. What more could you want, right?
That's right. And I'm excited about Expect Success, the Science of the Over 50 Career Search. It's going to be really helpful for people, you know, from their mid 40s all the way up into their late 60s if they want to continue working.
And Bill, how can we get more information about you, connect with you, and find your other books as well?
I'm easy. I'm at recruiterguy.com. And it's an easy place to find me. You can see my speaking, you can see my recruiting consulting, my coaching, and my books.
Well, thank you so much, Bill Humbert, for joining us today. It's always nice having you join us either virtually or in person, and we appreciate everything that you tell us, all the great advice. You give us hope for a great future as a business, as an employee, in our careers, all those things. So make sure to head to recruiterguy.com for more information about Bill Humbert. We'll be back here on Mountain Connections right after this.